Hey everyone, this is Grant Thomas from Visas Association. Today we're running through another one of our questions and answers sessions where today's top question is, what are the top 5 Schengen Visa interview questions that you get asked? Now this one is very subjective, right? Because there are thousands of different questions that could be asked. But just know that the questions that you're going to be asked all relate to your reason for travel, nothing else. So most of the time, they're just going to be asking you questions about the documents you have provided and essentially just trying to validate to see if there is any contradiction between what you've put in the document and the answers you're giving. Now, be sure to wait until the very last question where we've kind of put in one that a lot of people kind of get tripped up on. And so it's a really important one for you to go, okay, this makes complete sense. So we'll get to that as question number 5. But whilst we work through that, one key context piece that I just want to add to this video is that you are going to be completely fine with your interview. So there's no worry at all. Looking at these top questions will just revalidate that you know the answers that these people are going to be asking you from the consulate or embassy, right? So do not worry too much. It is the same as if you were going to a doctor or a surgeon or even going for a job interview. They are just going to ask you questions based on the record you have provided. So as long as you know the information that you have put into your application form, your cover letter, your travel itinerary, your flights, accommodation, etc., is 100% true and honest, you will be completely fine. You do not have anything to worry about at all. And actually, I'm going to link to a video that is going to walk you through how that you can master those Schengen Visa interviews, because it is quite a good topic. But just know, if you're honest, you're going to be completely fine. So let's jump in here. So one of the first top questions is, are you traveling with someone else? Now, a lot of people might feel that this is wrong, where they're writing that they're single on their application form, but they're actually traveling with a girlfriend, or that they're actually traveling with a friend because they feel like a group of guys, for example, might not be approved for a Schengen visa. That's not the case, right? So when they ask you this question, just answer truthfully. If you are going with 10 other people, say, yes, we are going in a group of 10. And they will ask you second and third and fourth questions about that. How do you know these people? Where are you planning on going? Are you looking to go out, etc.? And so what you want to do is you really want to understand the relationship that you've got with these people, right? And so when they ask you if you're traveling with someone else, say, yes, I am. Say who you're traveling with, your connection, if they're from high school, if they're from work, say this is who they are. We're looking to see this. And again, if you're only traveling for one part of your whole trip, outline that. Say, I'm going on a 4-week holiday and they're coming in for one of the weeks, or like week 2, we will meet in Rome, for example. Just be completely honest and you'll be completely fine. There is no them trying to trip you up. They don't try and get you to contradict yourself. They're, again, just looking to say, hey, are you looking to travel with someone else? Different websites will actually say that this might help you if you say that you're traveling with somebody else, because the pressure is that they should approve you, because it's very difficult if 5 people get approved and 1 doesn't. It's not so much true, and I've seen it go the opposite way. The best approach is just be honest. If you're not traveling with anyone and you're not going to see anyone midway through to travel with them, just say no. But if you are, outline who and explain why. And just know that they will ask a second or a third question beyond it. And the second one is, because a lot of people don't have bank accounts, which it might seem slightly odd, it happens from time to time. So the second one is, can you show me your bank statements? Now, don't be worried that they're going to assume that you're highly wealthy or highly poor. That is not what they're looking for. They are just looking to try and validate that you have the financial means to travel through Europe or through the Schengen region. And the reason for this is because there's quite a few countries that are fairly expensive and have quite a few expensive places to see, to do, and even food to eat. And so there are actually limits around the financial means that you must prove in order to travel through here. So if you haven't provided bank statements, know that they will ask the details around why, and they will actually request for you to provide something. Because if they cannot validate that you've got the adequate money, or that you have got a sponsor who also needs to provide bank statements, by the way, if they are sponsoring you, they will not approve your Schengen visa application. And again, be honest. Don't get someone to go and deposit a large sum of money the month before you go for your application, because they will see it. The request on the requirements is the last 6 months of bank statements. So again, if you put one lump sum in there, they will notice and they will ask you the question of what happened here. Why did you get a large volume of money just before you go to the Schengen region or apply for your Schengen visa? Again, coming back to the same answer as previous, be honest and don't try and manipulate the system. So question number 3. Do you have a job leave approved with your employer? This one is critical. Sometimes people sort of apply for a Schengen visa without having them, but you desperately need one. What this does is more than just prove that you don't have to work and that you're not going to be working in the Schengen region, right? It actually shows to the consulate and the embassy that you're going to be coming back, right? So if you have a job in your country of residency and they're saying that you have approved leave, aka you're not resigning, you're not leaving indefinitely, that you've just been approved to leave and come back, then they're going to know that you're going to return back to your country of residency. This is really important, so you actually want to make sure that you've got the document. And if you don't, what you want is you want a letter confirming your employment with them and that it is still ongoing. So sometimes you can't get it. Again, be honest and say, look, I couldn't get it because of X, Y, and Z reasons, but here is 1 or 2 or 3 other documents that should replace that because they're interchangeable, right? Again, be highly transparent and honest. I don't believe you're going to travel overseas illegally, but again, just legitimately care about them. Question number 4. This one trips a lot of people up. So it's, do you have any family members or friends living in the Schengen region? So jump on your Facebook, look at your closest friends and see if you do have anybody living over there. If the embassy and consulate find out that you do have family members over there, but you have not stated it, it might work against you. So just know the people that you have living over there. If you're not going to see them, that's fine. Just say that you're not going to see them. So if they ask you, do you have any family members? And yes, you do have 2 people in the Netherlands, for example, say, yes, I've got an uncle and an auntie in the Netherlands. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to see them this trip and they are not sponsoring my travels. However, I'm just letting you know that I do have relatives there. Or if you're going to travel or tourism and you are going to see your relatives in the Netherlands, just say, yes, I do have family in the Netherlands. I'm not going to be staying with them, but I will see them for a couple of days midway through my holiday. But I haven't put that on any of my documents because, again, it's just a trip. I've still got my hotels and accommodations booked, so it doesn't actually impact anything. And so, again, you want to make sure that you do not attempt to sort of fraudulently answer this question. Just, again, answer it and say, look, I do, I don't, I'm going to see them, I'm not going to see them. When you say that you do have some family members in the Schengen region, they will probably ask a second or third question of, are you going to see them? What are you going to do? Why aren't they sponsoring, etc., etc. So again, just be open and transparent and nice and relaxed. Cool. So now question number 5, which is a really good one, is do you pay income tax? There are a lot of people who earn income not legitimately through the government, and that is completely okay, right? There are still ways for you to apply and get a Schengen visa for travel. Just know it does become more complex. Our recommendation is for you to get a sponsor in this scenario, because if you're earning money from like a job that is online and you do not put it through a business personally, that is actually against most countries' law. And I'm not here to judge anyone on how they earn income or anything like that. Just know that the embassy and consulate is looking for income tax returns, because that is the official amount you have earned according to the government within your country of residency, right? And so if you've earned money via online means and it has not gone through an income return statement, it means that if you were to provide that, it will have zeros. So the only way for you to really get around this is through your bank statements as well as your pay slips, and then have a letter that outlines why you do not have a formal income return statement. They are not going to dob you into your country or share to it, but the best way that I've found around this is to actually have a sponsor. So get your family to sponsor you and say, hey, Yes, they have support. Yes, they have financial means in their bank account. But if anything was to happen, we also have enough money to cover them to come back home. And then all they do is they apply their passport and their bank statements as well. And this just helps offset any of the risk, right? But that is just preparing to get into the interview. So again, during the interview, don't lie and say, yes, I do, and I haven't included them, or no, I don't, but I do this, and try and give them all these different reasons. It just shows them that you're being highly transparent and extremely honest. Now, there's hundreds of other questions that could be asked, but these are some key ones that a lot of people get tripped up on, and it's only because they feel like there's an answer that the embassy is looking for. There is not. Just be cool, calm, relax, and answer the questions that are asked from you honestly, and you will be completely fine. If you've seen value from this video, feel free to click the like button down below, because what it does is it helps other people in your situation get access to this information as well. And whilst you're there, please click the subscribe button, because if there are any changes to the requirements in the Schengen region or the Schengen visa application process, we will make new videos about it, and you will be receiving a notification first before anybody else that says these might impact your visa application as it stands. What I'll do as well is I will link to a couple of other videos that might help you in your Schengen visa process to ensure that you have a successful application, but also an amazing trip around Europe. So it's been an absolute pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you in one of the next videos.